Yeah, it's not real personal. Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah. How's it going?
Okay, I guess we're going to get started. Everybody, thanks for coming a lot. I'm Chris, one of the co-directors of Julius Caesar, and Danielle wanted to start her talk. We're here in Danielle's honor, so now I feel like I'm roasting you. It's really weird. But this is Danielle Gustafson-Sundell's show, songs that start with I. It's around you. You're within it. And she wanted to sort of start off her talk today with reading. So she invited a bunch of folks that are going to come up to this little podium or not. Hopefully they will, because we have recording devices set up here, and read from the work. So we're going to start with Dana.
I have finally come to realize I have learned, I have loved you. I have never walked alone. I have no doubt I have not been to Oxford town. I have nothing. I haven't changed the room. I haven't seen her in ages. I have seen the future. I have seen the rain. I have the touch. I have to kiss you goodbye. I have to look up just to see hell. I have you to thank. I hear a call, a symphony, bells, her playing music, noises, the bells, voices, y'all. I hear you humming, I hear you knocking, I hear you now. I hear your name, I hear your voice. I heard her crying, I heard I was in town. I heard it through the grapevine, I heard love is blind. I heard you say, I held a party, I hold on, I hold your hand in mine. I honestly love you, I honor you, I hope I didn't just give away the ending. I hope it's you, I hope that I don't fall in love with you. I hope that I get old before I die. I hope that's me, I hope they get to me in time. I hope this makes it easier for you. I hope tomorrow is like today. I hope you dance. I hope you die. I hope you don't mind. I hope you find it. I hope you're alone. I hope you're happy now. I hope, I think, I know. I hung my head. I invented sex.
Well, thanks. I don't believe in love, believe in the sun, believe you, she acts like we never have met. Believe you've met my baby, belong to anyone, blame you, break easily, care so there. Care about you, care anymore, care if the sun don't shine, care too much for reggae dub. Dance, deserve you, do much, even know myself, even know your name, ever give up. Fall in love easily, feel amazing now, feel like dancing, feel like loving you today, feel very receptive today. Get down like that, give a damn, give a fuck, give what, have a clue, have the time, have to live this way, have to try, have to wonder, have to crawl, hurt anymore. Know about you, but I came to dance, know and I don't care, know enough about you, know how to let you go, know how to love him, know how to say goodbye, know how you're living, don't know, officer, know what I can save you from, know what it is, know what she said, know what you know, why I bother with myself, know why I love you, know you anymore, like anymore, like goodbyes, like Mondays, like the drugs, but the drugs like me, like you and more, live anywhere, love here anymore, love you, love nobody, mean it, mean maybe, mind if you forget me, mind singing, mind that, mind whatever happens, miss you at all, need a man, any more friends, need anyone, need brighter days, need it, need no bitch, need no doctor, need nothing you ain't got, need the booze to get a buzz on, need you, oh nobody shit, paint myself into corners, really like you, remember, sleep, I dream, smoke, stand a ghost of a chance with you, think about it, think I love you, think it's funny, think love ought to be that way, think of you, think so, trust myself with loving you, understand my girlfriend, want to be alone, want to be a soldier, want to be loving you, want to be the one, want to be tied, want to care right now, want to change you, want to cry, want to dance, want to die, want to go fight, want to go home, want to go on with you. Like that, want to go out, want to go down to the basement, want to go there, want to grow up, want to hurt, want to lose your love, want to change, want a job, want a lover, want the night to end, want this anymore, want the song to be a one-night stand, want to be a soldier, want to be a star, want to be happy, want to be me, want to be on TV, want to be the one, want to be your friend, want to care, want to change, the world, want to deal with those monsters, want to die in the hospital, want to do anything, want to fall in love, want to get adjusted, want to get hurt, want to go, want to grow up, want to hear anymore, want to know, want to let you go, want to lose you yet, want to mention any names, want to miss a thing, want to miss you, want to play football, want to push it, want to say goodbye, want to see you again, want to see you cry again, want to spoil the party, want you to know, want you around, want you back, fuck it, want you now, want you to go, want you to want me, want your love, want your lovin', wish you weren't dead anymore.
I dread the night, I dream a highway, I dream in infrared, I dream myself alive, I dream of spring, I dream of wires, I dreamed a dream, I dreamed you, I dreamt we were standing, I drink alone, I drove all night, I dug up a diamond.
I care about you, I caught fire, I care for you, I caught myself, I changed my mind, I changed my name, I changed the rules, I choose you. I climb every mountain, I close my eyes. I come old friend from hell tonight. I come undone, I come with love, I confess, I control the sun. I could be dreaming, I could be good for you, I could be so happy, I could be the one, I could be there for you, I could be underground, I could be anyone. I could break your heart any day of the week. I could build you a tower, I could die for you. I could easily fall in love with you. I could fall in love with you. I could feel the whole world turn around underneath me. I could fly. I could get used to this. I could give you a mirror. I could have danced all night. I could have lied. I could hurt you now. I could, if they would. I could kick your ass. I could live on loving you. I could make a living out of loving you. I could never be ashamed of you. I could never love another after loving you. I could never take the place of your man. I could not ask for more. I could stay away forever. I could wait. I could write a book. I couldn't dream. I couldn't keep from crying. I couldn't love you more. I couldn't say. I cried. I cry for you. I cried for you. Now it's your turn to cry over me. I cross my heart. I cry. I cry alone. I cry at night. I cry every day. I cry myself to sleep at night. I come blood. I cut like a buffalo. I cut off my hair.
I swear it's true. I take all the blame. I take chances. I take the dice. I talk to Jesus. I talk too much. I talk to the wind. I tell myself. I think heaven. I think you. I think about loving you, about you. God can explain. I found it. I know that I like it. I lost my headache. I love you. I see the light. I smell a rat. I understand. I think I'm becoming God. I'm a clone now. I'm a mother. I'm going bald. I'm going to hell. I'm gonna kill myself. I think I'm gonna like it here. I'm in love with you. I'm paranoid. I'm ready. I'm better. It's gonna rain today. I guess it's gonna work out fine. It's gonna rain today. It's gonna rain today. I love you. I'm paranoid. I think of you. I think she likes me. That I would die. That they like me. Are you contra? We're alone now. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You think too much. I thought about you. I held you. I knew it all. I lost you. I would never forget. I was a child. I was dreaming. I'd seen everything. It took a little time, but I fell in love today. It was over. I thought she knew. I thought you knew. I threw a brick through a window. I threw it all away. I threw my toys around. I told myself. I told y'all. I told you I couldn't stop. I told you I was ill. I told you so. I took a long, hard look. It took a year. I took you driving. I took your name. I touched myself. I tried. I tried desperately. I truly love you. I truly, truly believe. I trust you. I tried. I tried to turn you on. I turned to you. I understand just how you feel. Yeah. I used what I got. I used to be a sailor. Used to be in love. I used to have a best friend, but then he gave me an STD, motherfucker. I used to have money on time. I used to love him. I used to love someone, but I usually don't.
I bawl. I belong to you. I be coming down. I be high. I beat you to it. Turn the party out. I've been out of it lately. I beg of you. I beg of you. I believe when I fall in love, it will be forever. I believe you'll never walk alone. I believe I can fly. I believe I'll dust my broom. I believe I'm in love. I believe in a thing called love. I believe in everything. I believe in ghosts. I believe in love. I believe in me. I believe in miracles. I believe in symmetry. I believe in the man in the sky. I believe in you. I believe in you and me. I believe it to my soul. I believe it's time. I believe my heart. I believe my soul. I became a prostitute. I've been to Georgia on a fast train. I beg your pardon? I bet it stung. I bet you look good on the dance floor. I bet you're mad at me. I better be good. I better be quiet now. I blame you. I bleed. I blew a fuse in my personality. I blew a little blast on my whistle. I belong. I belong to me. I belong to the band. I bow out. I break everything I touch. I break things. I breathe again. I bring it to you. I broke it all in two. I bruise easily. I build the garden for us. I burn for you.
I fall apart, I fall down, I fall in love too easily. I feel a change coming on. Beautiful, better, fine, free, good, happy, home, just like a child. It all, like a woman, like dancing, like dying, like going home, like I'm forgetting something. I feel like the mother of the world. I feel like throwing up. I feel lonely. I feel love. I feel loved. I feel lucky. I feel me. I feel my stuff. I feel nothing. I feel possessed. I feel so bad. I feel so good. I feel that I've known you forever. I feel the earth move. I feel the rain. I feel the same. I feel too much. I feel you. I feel I knew her. I felt like smashing my head through a clear glass window. I finally found my way. I finally found somebody. I finally found someone. I finally know. I find it hard to say. I find that I'm not there. I find your love. I follow rivers. I forget. I forgive you. I forgot, more than you'll ever know, my name, that love existed, to remember, to forget. I fought piranhas. I fought the law. I fought in a war. I found a love, a reason, a whistle heaven, it and you lovin'. I found my everything, myself, someone. I found this song in the road. I found you, love. I found your love, gracias a Dios. I fucking hate you.
I wrote the songs. I wrote this song. I, Zimbra.
I want to be loved. I want to be loved by you. I want to be on TV. I want to be ready. I want to be seen with you tonight. I want to be somebody's baby. I want to be the boy to warm your mother's heart. I want to be the one. I want to be with you always. I want to be your girlfriend. I want to break free. I want to call you baby. I want to come over. I want to conquer the world. I want to die a beautiful death. I want to disappear. I want to fucking break it. I want to give it all. I want to go back. I want to go home. I want to go to heaven. I want to hear it from you. I want to hold your hand. I want to kill you like they do in the movies. I want to know what love is. I want to live. I want to live again. I want to live in a wigwam. I want to live with you. I want to love again. I want to save you. I want to sing. I want to sleep if you are awake. I want to spend my lifetime loving you. I want to stab you with something rusty. I want to stroll over heaven with you. I want to take you out for ice cream. I want to talk to you. I want to tell you. I want to vanish. I want to wake up. I want to with you. I want tomorrow. I want you. I want what I want. I want you. I want you. She's so heavy. I want you around. I want you back. I want you dead. I want you now. I want you so bad I can't breathe. I want you to know. I want you to leave. I want you to need me. I want you to stay. I want you to want me. I want you with me. I want you. I need you. I love you. I want you dead. I want your hands on me. I want your love. I want your sex. I wanted everything. I wanted to be wrong. I wanted to cry, but the tears wouldn't come.
I don't believe. I don't believe in love. I don't believe in the sun. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. She acts like we never have met. I don't believe you've met my baby. I don't belong to anyone. I don't blame you. I don't break easily. I don't care. I don't care, so there. I don't care about you. I don't care anymore. I don't care if the sun don't shine. I don't care too much for reggae dub. I don't dance. I don't deserve you. I don't do much. I don't even know myself. I don't even know your name. I don't ever give up. I don't fall in love so easy. I don't feel amazing now. I don't feel like dancing. I don't feel like loving you today. I don't feel very receptive today. I don't get down like that. I don't get it. I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a what. I don't have a clue. I don't have the time. I don't have to live this way. I don't have to try. I don't have to wonder. I don't have to crawl. I don't hurt anymore. I don't know about you, but I came to dance. I don't know and I don't care. I don't know enough about you. I don't know how to let you go. I don't know how to love him. I don't know how to say goodbye. I don't know how you're living. I don't know, officer. I don't know what I can save you from. I don't know what it is. I don't know what she said. I don't know what you want, but I can't give it anymore. I don't know where I stand. I don't know where I'm bound. I don't know why. I don't know why I bother with myself. I don't know why I love you. I don't know you anymore. I don't like anyone. I don't like goodbyes. I don't like Mondays. I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me. I don't like you anymore. I don't live anywhere. I don't love here anymore. I don't love you. I don't love nobody. I don't mean it. I don't mean maybe. I don't mind. I don't mind if you forget me. I don't mind singing. I don't mind that. I don't mind whatever happens. I don't miss you at all. I don't need him. I don't need a man. I don't anymore friends. I don't need anyone. I don't need brighter days. I don't need it. I don't need no bitch. I don't need no doctor. I don't need nothing you ain't got. I don't need the booze to get a buzz on. I don't need you. I don't owe nobody shit. I don't paint myself into corners. I don't really like you. I don't remember. I don't sleep. I don't dream. I don't smoke. I don't stand a ghost of a chance with you. I don't think about it. I don't think I love you. I don't think it's funny. I don't think love ought to be that way. I don't think of you. I don't think so. I don't trust myself with loving you. I don't understand. I don't understand my girlfriend. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be a soldier. I don't want to be loving you. I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be tied. I don't want to care right now. I don't want to change you. I don't want to cry. I don't want to dance. I don't want to die. I don't want to fight. I don't want to go. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go with you like that. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go down to the basement. I don't want to go there. I don't want to grow up. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to kiss you goodnight. I don't want to know. I don't want to know if you are lonely. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose your love. I don't want to rock. I don't want to stop. I don't want to take this pain. I don't want to work that hard. I don't want anything. I don't want anything to change. I don't want a job. I don't want a lover. I don't want the night to end. I I don't want this anymore. I don't want this song to end. I don't want to. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone tonight. I don't want to be. I don't want to be a bride. I don't want to end. I don't want to. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone tonight. I don't want to be. I don't want to be a bride. I don't want to be a one-night stand. I don't want to be a soldier. I don't want to be a star. I don't want to be happy. I don't want to be me. I don't want to be on TV. I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to care. I don't want to change the world. I don't want to deal with those monsters. I don't want to die in the hospital. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to fall in love. I don't want to get adjusted. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to go. I don't want to grow up. I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to know. I don't want to let you go. I don't want to lose you yet. I don't want to mention any names. I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss you. I don't want to play football, but I used to back in middle school. I don't want to push it. I don't want to say goodbye. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you again. I don't want to see you cry again. I don't want to spoil the party. I don't want to you now. I don't understand that one. I don't want you around. I don't want you back. Fuck it. I don't want you now. I don't want you to go. I don't want you to want me. I don't want your love. I don't want your lovin'. I don't wish you were dead anymore.
Everybody moves.
I was so wasted. I was a hippie, I was a burnout, I was a fucked up, I was out of my head. I was a surfer, I had a skateboard. I think I'm gonna buy a condo in Logan Square. I was so wasted. I was a fucked up, I was a mebbed out, I was a screwed up, I was out of my head. I was a surfer, I had a skateboard. Oh yeah, anyway, so I was so wasted. I was wasted. Duh.
That concludes that portion of our afternoon. But I should say in order, Dana was first, then Philip Von Zweck, Min Song, Chris Naka, Brooke Canther, Robert Heischman, Carrie Gundersdorf, Sean Ward, myself, Molly, sorry, I didn't give you guys last names, and Adam Scott. Thank you guys so much for agreeing to participate. I feel kind of funny up at the podium now. But I guess we're just going to open up to questions, if anybody has any questions. I'll take that. That works.
Do you know how many song titles there are?
I haven't counted them up. It started out with 80 pages, like a database that I made. And it was, I don't even know how many songs it was at that point. It was all 8 point. It was tons, but I don't know how many there are now. I should maybe count out of curiosity.
How did the idea come to you?
I know I should have a quicker answer to that one. I was working on some other text projects that kind of led into it. And then I actually was trying to think of a really good assignment for my drawing class, and I thought, oh, I'll make them all pick a song title and do a drawing from it, and then it just kind of expanded from there. And then when I didn't know what it was going to be at first, and I started collecting all the songs, but then what happened is I ended up writing as I was collecting at the same time, and all of a sudden it was a big thing. At first I had envisioned it as it was just going to be a couple text posters, but then I kept going until it was 40 pages or near 40 pages. But thanks for the question, Sheila.
Do you know most of these songs?
No, I don't know a lot of them. There's, even if you just, which I did, I just Googled songs that start with I, and then you come up with a million different websites that different, mostly individuals have put together. And they are everything from, some people are, they're only into hip hop, so it's all hip hop songs, and some are only country western. So I just kept grabbing. So it crossed genre, and also vintage wise, there was a lot. I mean, it covered everything from, I don't know, whenever recorded song. I mean, there were some really funny ones, but I cut out a lot of not all of them, but some of because I was editing, I could cut out things that I didn't really identify with at all. So there's very little religion. I want to walk with Jesus. But the old hymnal ones, there's not very many hymnals represented. But I tried to kind of do still a broad cross section of different types of music.
Why did you cut I Would Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That by Meatloaf?
This has been bothering Chris for months. Do you know what? That's just an accident. I think I have it in the 80 pages, and I think since it got written through a lot of cut and pasting, things just got lost. But I actually really hate that song too, and I was really mad that I had to end with I Zimbra, because out of all the Talking Head songs, that's the most annoying to me. But there's no other IZ song, so I had I had to. And it was kind of a funny reference anyway to throw in as a goodbye. But yeah, I can do without that Meatloaf song too.
So did any get stuck in your head? Which one got stuck in your head the most?
Well, I had a really hard time saying "I want you to want me" today, because I cannot say that without hearing the start of that song. But not, I didn't really read them that way, in a funny way. I could hear, I know them as songs, and I could hear them as songs, but not enough that any of them stuck that way. They more became words, I think, and language more than the song reference, or at least the way I was playing with them did. So they didn't have a song reference so much anymore, I guess, even though obviously they do.
How did,
Molly.
maybe this is a really dumb question or too big or something, but how has your conception of the I pronoun changed? Do you feel, just saying I gets more difficult, I would imagine, after 80 pages?
All the multiplicity, yeah.
What is I anymore?
Yeah, I kind of had that anyway,
Yeah.
but I feel that more so now. I mean, I talked with you about this before, Molly, but there were some days where I couldn't really work on it, or I would go to work on it, and it was so depressing. The I, even though some of the songs are, I don't know, there's just so much tragedy or so much loss represented in song titles. So some days it got just too heavy to think about that poor I, and it was really funny to think about the I that can go from being real. In a rap sort of way, a real shout out, the real, robust, in the face of everything, get shot down kind of I, compared to the I'm crying in my beer all night kind of I. So I tried to, there's a lot of humor in it, and I think I've always felt that way about the I. It's super tragic, but it's super funny, in a way, which is,
Did you find that there were more song titles sort of reflecting loss and pain that started with I? Yeah,
I think actually too the pop music databases are larger and country western, so there you're just getting filled up with sad eyes. That's all about lost love and mortality.
It's kind of weird. It's we only want to hear people talk about themselves when they're in pain.
Yeah, and it's so funny that's the stuff you just turn the radio on to, and it's these. Even though some of the lyrics are so cliched and so silly, they're actually so kind of profound. in a way, and so deep, and it's just stuff you shop to. And that, it made me think a lot about that too, about how our attempts at expression are really, I don't know, sort of smashed into these songs, like really, really big thoughts into, I don't know, these weird bites that we kind of just ignore. I don't know if the I question's a big question. I mostly felt sorry for the I.
Did you ever end up with like a crisis of identity? You know, like when you look in the mirror for so long, suddenly you're like,
Yeah.
You're like this weird alien thing where you.
No, I totally understand.
So often where you're just like, wait.
I had a really emotional response. Like I said, like some days I just couldn't. It was just like, God, this feels like I'm writing like, if I could think of like whatever the most depressing text is or something. And but then most of the time I felt a distance too. I mean, I've used the I a lot in my work, and I've had people ask me this too, but I actually feel a big separation too between like this is the work and like I'm editing, like it's like a project and I'm editing. So I didn't get that. I don't feel that entwined with it, I guess, intertwined with it. It's, I don't know. And a lot of like, for sculptures, I had a lot of pieces in the past that all had like I phrases for titles. And I've had students or conversations about like that separation between like the artist and the object, or the writer and the text and the I. And I feel like, I think a good healthy distance, that it's to make a thing, and it can have all this stuff in it, but it still has to be this far away from me, or I can't make decisions about it. If that makes sense.
Or you have to empty it out for anybody else to get into it.
Yeah, like I can't be, and for this too, where it was so, like it didn't even need me. I mean, it did, but it didn't. But it's so full of the like all this subjectivity anyway, that as the person editing, writing it, I felt it had to be real. Like, I mean, it could have humor. I could employ all these things, but they had to be employed.
Well, that's part of the like. Sorry, I have another question. Like
Not because it was your question, Molly. Just because I'm driving.
So there's the I, and then part of what's super fascinating about this piece is the line between writing it and
Right.
editing it.
Right.
That I can't come up with the author.
Right.
But I just can't. I keep not deciding that you really wrote it.
Yeah.
And then being like, oh, it's so written.
Right.
And that's really interesting to me. I'm sure it's something you went over and over and over again.
Yeah, well, I think, I mean, maybe there's a couple of issues there. And one is probably like the nature of maybe found text writing in some ways. You know, like there's already that author built into these things. So that's maybe one part of that. But then, like at one point, when I realized I was like writing it, which was I was cut and pasting, and I totally accept that as a writing form. But at the same time, I hadn't accepted it for myself, kind of. And then when I realized I was really editing and like saying things out loud and hearing how the sound went, like not how they looked on the page, but how the meaning worked, but then how they also were spoken. And then I realized that, I'm like kind of carefully writing this. That was a weird thing that happened for me, I think, because I never had a writing project like this.
For me, that's really interesting to hear you say that. Not that I know that much of your work,
right.
But the work that I have encountered, the I does become subsumed in the work. So
right.
it's a quality of your work that I actually find really appealing. The fact that I can go into the work and that
right.
that you are somewhat distant from it. So it feels like what you're talking about is your sensibility
right.
towards this material.
What I think Molly said it too is just that the I has to be present in things, but it still has to be an open enough door that the other eye, like all the eyes coming to the thing, have their own, their own eye, which is tricky, I think. And this got more layered with that because of the original author eye, and then every single person in this room's individual experience of reading a song line, which I can't control, nor do I want to. I mean, everyone brings that different memory, or that car ride, or that makeout, or whatever they have with that song. And so that stuff just enriched it for me. Like that just made it more, because then it did become about whoever's reading it. Like it's like I'm all over it, but it's also about whoever reads it. And I think that's where it gets richer because it's not about me then, or it's about me. It's orchestrated by me slightly, but.
Did you imagine, envision people speaking the text when you were creating?
Do you know what, about partway through where I was practicing all out loud when I was trying to get a page correct? I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna read this. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to ever do that. And then Molly actually suggested it over this summer over a different song, these other pieces I've been working on involving songs and sort of song mashups. And Molly's like, oh, are you gonna sing and play with that? I'm like, no, I can't. I have the worst singing voice ever. But then the more I said it out loud, the more I was like, I want to hear this out loud. But I wanted to hear it out loud by people. I want it performed because that was another subject, like a nice subjective level. And then I ran through all sorts of ideas like, oh, it'd be fun to have like 38 people because there's 40 people. It would just be like this long. I mean, it would be horrible, but it would be great. And then Chris, you said at one point too, like, I was like, I think I should read this. Maybe I should read the whole thing. And he's like, we'll be there for 3 hours. And I was like, oh, I got to figure out how to work this. And then it just became a list of people I could sort of corral into participating, which was great. And I still think, like, my mom was like, you should get your dad to do a page. That would be great. And there is this thing about pulling, people totally outside of like this community, and that's interesting. But then that feels experimental in a different way that it's not about, like it's not really about like setting up the speaker to be in any sort of like a funny situation unless they want it to be funny or, so I had thought about that. There's still we thought of some other things too involving like the web and having people actually do their own readings and then posting their readings of it. Or I'm still playing with a couple ideas, so.
It's alphabetical then.
Yeah, it is. It is alphabetical. But
this page has attracted a couple of readers. Is that the D page or the
I don't page?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
And so why did you do that one as a block?
I think, did I do only one as a block? I think that two of them. I wanted to keep the A to Z-ness of it, but I actually wanted every single page to read like its own poem. And then when I started to when it's probably about the time I hit whatever page that is, I was starting to think of other just ways of text presentation on the page in some ways. But then the I don'ts, because the don't is such a square little, such a little word. And the way that I don't titles, it just, some of it was just about looks. Like it just looked better if I cut out the front part of the song and just left the I don't as like the header and then just listed it out solidly. But I was really surprised that you guys chose that one because that's a bitch of a page to read. That's a really hard one. But some of them, I don't know. So I wanted it to read long, A to Z, all the way as a whole. I don't know what a long thing like this would be called technically, a long song poem thing.
So you had sort of alphabet as the structure for the whole piece, and then you decided on smaller structures for each page?
Yeah. That repeat a lot, of course, due to the nature of the sentences that they always start with I or they don't start with I, and also a lot of it too is quite honestly my really limited design skills, which I have to send a shout out to Chris Naka, who did tons of work doing page layout for me, because I knew what I wanted it to look like, but it was all still word process, like simple, your home office or whatever. So everything I did was like, oh, I want this over here, tab, 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 like make it stay there. Like it was a silly process, but I think the limitations of it, in the end helped with the structure in some ways, or they made me less options, sort of made it needed less options at some level. So that was a good place to have some less options in a way.
Well, the page itself.
Yes.
Is a limit then.
Yeah, and the page itself, and we didn't. I didn't like when we thought we wanted to blow it up. It was like really hard to transfer what I had done to like anything. And Chris designed like the custom page size, which I think he really helped make the text work really beautifully on the page. So that was pretty wonderful.
It looks like this awesome thing. Like, I wish I had brought a printout of the original one that you sent to me, because I mean, it's hard to describe. Like, if you've ever worked with like programs for laying out text, like I use Adobe InDesign to do this, that I don't page, I can just block off all that text, copy and paste it, size the square, and it justifies all the text perfectly. Danielle was making that page in, what's that, Apple Pages?
Yeah.
Using the space bar.
Yeah,
so, like,
it's all
she
space
sent
bar.
me,
Yeah, but that's how she works, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever go to her sculptures,
You mean
it's
like
all
Dawn?
like it's all sewn, but it's like took
Staple
20
gun.
years, staples. And
It was kind of like for a Word document, like I'd never seen something that was so personal and worked. Like in terms of even, this has 3 spaces versus 2 spaces. So it was sort of like this thing that, you know, in order to unpack it, to translate it into like a standard page size was really awesome. Like, cause there's just so much, you know, if there's questions, if you're like, oh, I didn't really write this. Like, I mean, the amount of writing that you put into formatting pages and everything.
Just the formatting was ridiculous. But the writing formatting became like they were the same thing in some ways too. So that works. Not really. No, there's different chunks, different. I really love the page that Min read, the I Dream page. I like that one just as a poem. And other ones, there's chunks of lists I like. And at one point, Carrie and I were at my dining room table reading. We did the first big read through of it. We were editing, and we both we were laughing so hard we actually started crying because there were some parts that that are really. They're actually pretty funny on their own or just through the repetition. The repetition gets ridiculous, and it's that same looking in the mirror thing. It's like you repeat the something so it's almost emptied out of meaning, but it becomes super ridiculous. And we had some moments like that, and then we were like, I'm gonna cry if I have to read this out loud, because some of it does that too. But I have different spots I like, but none I can point out. Alrighty. Okay.
One more thing. Can you talk about hanging this up as a sort of dialogic endurance experience in an encounter? Because the text doesn't sort of exist necessarily as a PDF. I think it's sort of a beautiful drawing show that you sort of want to talk about.
Oh,
what you talk about this sort of the endurance thing and watching people go through here.
Well, you know what's shocking too is that people really have read it.
Yes.
You know, and that was one of the things Chris and I talked about a lot. We were worried. It's like, it's a really long text. I mean, there's all those conversations about text-based art and will people read it and how much will they really read? And so I was worried about that. But then I'm kind of one of those artists that I just quickly decided that I wasn't going to think about that part. It was like I can't figure out if they are, if they aren't, and if one person does, that's super great. And if I try not to think of it that way. But then I think just from working installation sculpture-wise about space a lot. And so I had the space in my head, kind of like the U shape, or how you could step into it and have it sort of be around you in the space, though I wasn't sure of it till we got here. And then some of the pages I did design, they work better if they can be doubled up, they work from top. So there was a sort of a malleability about where the text could go. This could go, if there's this much square footage, it could go. But if not, certain texts go okay on top of each other and still read beginning to end. So it was kind of travelable that way. Though I think I kind of always see it here right now. It fit the U so nicely for the finish and start. But without Carrie Gundersdorf and Chris Naka being able to do math, it would not look this nice either. I couldn't have figured out how to make this look nice.
I just wanted to sort of point out how sort of great this looks, as a painting show, and with the eye, many of the eyes in the songs are sort of requesting or demanding or yearning for some sort of you, and sort of opens up this kind of encounter like painting, just that's the kind of implication that's going on, and that's the kind of, I don't know, just process and motifs, right? Giving you such access to the way these things are laid out, and you can sort of see how they're made, and watching people go through the show, I think a lot of funny little emotional arcs for them, just the giggles would die off round about the I Dreamed page.
I know.
This kind of, and then the reading too, just having this sort of flexibility of voice, and it's so demanding, it's so generous, and it's really it was awesome to for us to have it here because people I think really dug it, and it was a very demanding thing. It was bitchin'.
I loved having it here too. I like the fact that even at the opening, it was like, and you think about how fast people cruise through openings. Although this space, I think, is nice for geography too, because people aren't headed out as fast. In a way, you know what I mean? Like they're not in the West Loop going like, I'm hopping in 2 hours. So for some reason, and it's a nice community, so it's got a nice hangout feel. So people kind of come and stay, and I think that probably helps play into it too. But I was actually super shocked that people read so much. And they would come in and they would start completely kind of obediently, like here's the beginning, and I'm gonna work my way around. And I've had from emails and conversations that a lot of people really read it, and so I think that's a really nice thing for a wall-based. And I had ideas like, oh, maybe I'll make it into a book, but I don't really want it to be any of those things anymore. Like I think it's just a PDF now, or maybe it goes someplace else. But I don't think it should be in a form like that. I think it should be in this form. But I didn't know that until the past couple months. That was couldn't figure that one out ahead of time.
I think that was really part of it for people, having the encounter on your feet. It's
yeah.
Encountering an eye on the feet. So it was less possible to laugh.
Yeah, and yeah, that's interesting. Are we
Another
going?
super dumb one?
No.
Another one.
Another dumb one? Yeah.
The lighter at the end?
Yeah.
There's some kind of digital modification or something? Can you just say something?
That's a reverse flip, right? Isn't that one reversed, Chris? Is it or no? Yeah.
No.
That one seems like it.
They're just
different.
Well, because Danielle sent me that one, and she said, "How will this print?" And it was like a 350 pixel.
Can we make this big?
She's like, "Can we make this big and will it print well?" And I said, "Well, it'll kind of print like shit, but it might look good."
Yeah.
So then I printed one. Or no, you printed one, and you were like, "I like the way it looks. It looks fine." And then I found another image to bookend it,
yeah.
and I sort of put it through a process that would approximate how that one looks the way that it looks. So
but it kind of looks versatile, or kind of looks flipped.
It looks flipped, and it looks just like maybe not sharper and just more virtual or something. There's
maybe.
Weird, I don't know. There's something about the bookending with the lighters, like the bookend, and then
the bookend.
The standing up and reading, and there's something about all of those things that's. I keep thinking too about having verticals produces a sideways eye.
Yeah.
On the wall, and that just the sort of spatial flips or something, the differences between reading and painting or whatever, and singing and standing and painting and walking and shopping and all of these sort of, there's this vertigo, I guess, to the show for me because of that. That is interesting.
No, it is. Well, I mean, part of I don't know, it's really interesting to think about what the page looks like from just a visual so I thought of that a lot, but I didn't do any test runs, so it wasn't until we were in here where I could see how some of the run-on lines where they start to just look marks, or some of the chunks or the block, how it relates to those, to other mediums, and the paper, I think. I pulled the lighter image too, was just a Google image lighter, and I think that's not even, and I love that, I love the concert lighter, but also then how the concert lighter has switched now to smartphone or apps for concert lighters. And I actually don't think that is I kind of wanted a true concert lighter, but I think it started out removed from that already. I think it's an image of something else. So that went through a lot of it too. But I think all those sort of digital, those kind of references work too with the source material or the original, where all this stuff is coming from, which is just to Google. I think Google writing has there's a lot to do. Yeah, for me right now, maybe anyway. Anyway, can I call time of death? Yeah, okay, call time of death. Thank you, everyone.